Good afternoon, beautiful soul. Love greetings to your hearts. We are back for our feminine empowerment talk every Thursday with a wonderful guest, a wonderful sister today, Silfath Sophia. So we are going to have a beautiful topic, very exciting, about feminine magnetism. So stay with us while we are sharing and coming live on Facebook. And if love, you can let us know when Facebook is live.
Live? Facebook already live?
Facebook is already live. Yay. So love greeting one more time, everyone. Beautiful sisters and brothers who are also watching us to be more informed about feminine empowerment, feminine awakening and feminine energy. So welcome all of you on board here. So my name is Mathilde, from the Sisterhood of the New Light, held by Ascension platform, and this is our beautiful sisters, Silfath Sophia, joining us today to talk about the feminine empowerment and talking about feminine magnetism. So welcome, Sophia, Silfath, Sophia, Pinto, everything.
Thank you for having me. I'm really happy to be here, and I think we're going to have a nice time.
Yes, always.
Nice chat.
Yes, it's always like a beautiful feminine time for us. It's a lot of excitement and also pleasure to share with you, girls. So, by the way, before I introduce Silfath, if you would like to watch on a private platform, you have the link just above. On Crowdcast, so you can ask private questions if you prefer this way, if it feels more comfortable to you. Otherwise, Facebook or YouTube. And right now, give us a couple of seconds to share the event. Prepare yourself in your space to fully receive our talk today. And then we will introduce our beautiful work that Silfath is doing all over the world and especially in Dubai. So stay with us, and if you want to share as well the event, please do so. Be our guest for that.
I will do so now.
And going there. And we have YogiGeorge joining from Lithuania. Hello, sister.
Hello.
We are sending you a lot of sun from where we are. It's actually very hot in the garden.
Very hot today.
And we are sweating of pleasure right now. That was a little joke. So let us share, and I'm going to share it now, right above. So yes, feel free to ask your questions or to share the post, and we are truly welcoming you with all our love today in this safe space to share about important topic or tools as well. So the video is to share tools, to share also spiritual topic, to share personal experience, to answer your questions as well, and all of this. So this is posted, and then this is I'm good to go.
I'm good to go too.
And we have our beautiful, I have my beautiful love behind, sharing everywhere too. The masculine energy.
The technical
joining.
guru.
Yes. Thanks, love. Perfect. Amazing. Voila, here we are. So welcome again for those who are joining now for the feminine talk about about feminine magnetism. And today Silfath is joining with her beautiful presence. It's an honor to have you on board here in the garden with all the birds.
It's a beautiful garden.
You can hear. Yes. And Silfath is a sacred feminine keeper. So she is supporting the feminine rising, the feminine empowerment. She is also a tantric and shamanic practitioner as a warm whisperer. So thank you for being there and joining. It is Silfath teaching Dubai, so I'm pretty much sure that everyone joining now knows Silfath. And for those who are abroad, then Silfath is holding retreats. Where?
Bali. Next one is in Bali, and then Kenya.
Kenya.
Yeah.
So also like in Lagos in Africa as well. So she's pretty much spread everywhere to inspire women with her beautiful magnetic energy. So, do you want to add anything before we jump on the topic?
No, I think what you just said about spreading, I think it's actually very nice for you to mention that. And what I want to share is that I feel like all of us, this is what we're doing. Every single woman who is coming into this journey of feminine embodiment, of working with the womb space, coming back into balance. And really, you know, this work is not only just about women being restored, it's about everyone being restored, really. It's about restoring the feminine everywhere, in women, men and children. And it's about us all coming together, in particular the feminine and the masculine, in this beautiful symbiosis and dance. So what I want to share is that, you know, when I came to Dubai, it was a little bit of a struggle 5 years ago. And I'm so excited because now Dubai is just blossoming with all this feminine work and full moon meditation, womb work. It's just amazing. And this is why now I'm starting to go a little bit in Africa, because I feel like, okay, let's kind of activate the vortex here. So I guess what I want to share is that every woman who is interested in that work, you become an activator. Right? You become someone wherever you go around the world or in your family, somehow you're bringing that activation to people around you. And the reason why I want to bring that is because if every woman is aware of that, the intention and the awareness amplify the activation. So I think that's important to share.
Exactly. When we are all connecting together, all the women, reconnecting to ourselves, and when we do so, we are reconnecting to all the women around, and we are evolving in one fabric, one womb to rise humanity. So it's a beautiful work, and everyone is responsible for their own work, and we have plenty of beautiful guides around leading and lighting up the lighthouse so it can be seen and directed to the highest timeline available, to your highest goods and everyone's goods. So it's amazing and exciting. So
feminine magnetism.
Yes. What it is. If you know, you can share as well. Please share and bring your input and insights. So what is feminine magnetism?
So for me, the way I like to explain feminine magnetism is basically to have your feminine life force fully turned on. It's really to be fully in your feminine body and fully in your energy, and allowing that energy to be alive, to be flowing, to be activated. And when you are literally turned on with that energy, you become then magnetic, right? Because that energy is basically a very powerful magnetic field. And when you turned on, the magnetic field can attract and magnetize the things that you desire. So the conversation and the invitation that we want to have today maybe is, you know, how do you turn on that energy and keep that energy alive so that your manifestation process is more pleasurable and has more grace and ease, basically.
Exactly. Magnetism is about polarity as well. So polarity is complementary forces and energies coming together. So what are we combining? What are we bringing together that is creating sparkle, creating pleasure, that creating beauty, and creating that, co-creating, I would say, birth of physical birth or project. So, and this is this magnetic field that is being amplified. So bringing into together polarities. So what else? Yes, the feminine magnetism is the woman's ability to reconnect with their feminine energy. So what are the foundation, I would say, or the main aspects of magnetism, feminine magnetism? What is the foundation there?
So basically, I think at the heart of this conversation is a conversation around pleasure.
Yes.
Because we are shifting paradigm as we're raising vibration to higher frequencies of love. So moving, you know, away from fear and embodying more love. The same way we are changing the relationship we have with pain and pleasure. And so the conversation around feminine magnetism and being turned on is also a conversation in really what is your relationship with pleasure. You know, so I think what we're going to explore today is what is pleasure for you, and what is your relationship? How do you fully embody your pleasure? And then give you some tools specific to feminine embodiment around pleasure also.
With a little meditation at the end as well. Yes. So tell us about pleasure.
About pleasure. So one thing that we need to say about pleasure is that when we hear the word pleasure, people tend to think right away about sexual pleasure. And although it's part of it, and sexual energy is actually life force energy,
Exactly,
so
yes.
it's actually super important to mention that. And so it is important for us to be fully embodied and healthy in our sexual pleasure. It's not just that. And when I work, like in my workshop, and when I work with women, and we want to assess their pleasure capacity, we discuss 8 types of pleasure. And we do like a pleasure assessment, yeah? So those 8 types of pleasure, let me break them down, you will help me.
You will do that together, yes.
So one pleasure is emotional pleasure. And it's about really connecting with your emotional life and allowing all the range of your emotion, all the range of them, you know, all of them, to bring pleasure and connection in your life. Yeah, so emotional pleasure is one. So it's enjoying a really beautiful conversation, heart-opening conversation with a friend. It's enjoying, you know, that heart-opening cry that allows you to release an emotion or an event that was difficult for you. Is dancing with anger and fury if maybe your space, you feel your space is not being respected. So it's really enjoying the full range of emotions.
Exactly.
Do you want to say something about it?
Yes, when we go to the range of emotions, is having pleasure in every single vibration, from, as Silfath was saying, from the pain and from the pleasure. So finding the excitement of working with those vibrations, with those range of emotions, and allowing them inside you. What was the
If you numb your pain?
Yes, this one. It was very nice.
So there is this quote that I really love, and it's by Brené Brown. And she says, if you numb your pain, you numb your joy. Something along those lines.
Yes.
But basically, the main idea is that emotion comes as a package. So if we want to be orgasmic and have joy and expansion into our life, we want to also figure out a way to dance with all the range of emotion.
Exactly.
Because if you numb the sadness, you numb also the happiness. And that goes back to the polarity you were
Exactly,
talking about,
at the beginning.
Yeah.
The polarity, it's coming together, and the range of emotions are polarities coming together, and when they merge and they are reintegrated, this is where you create magic. Exactly. So we have the first one, which is emotion.
Then sensual.
Yes, of course.
Sensual pleasure. So sensuality is a big one, in particular when you do feminine work, because sensuality is an amazing feminine quality. Our senses are hyper developed, and that allows us to feel and to connect with the environment like in a way that is really deep and profound. So when we talk about sensuality, people also tend to think right away about being sexy, and that's an aftermath. That's an effect. Sensuality, the root of the word is senses.
Exactly.
And it's the 5 senses.
Exactly.
So to be a sensual woman is to be a woman who is fully alive in her body through her senses, right? So you can feel the breeze on your skin, you can hear the birds singing, I can see the beautiful color she's wearing and appreciate, I enjoy the touch.
Eating, hearing, so it's all the senses coming to action, and they are all interconnected and intertwined. And exactly like finding pleasure in your senses and bringing your sensuality through pleasure when you eat. What is the pleasure you have in eating? What type of food are you eating? Where is the pleasure? Right? When you are touching yourself or touching others, the pleasure of the softness. How much pleasure you have touching yourself, just like caressing, without going further in the touch, but just caressing.
And touch is so healing and nurturing.
It is, it is. Hearing the sound around you, hearing the music, hearing your voice, speaking your voice as well. How much you like and you love your voice, and how much pleasure you have into your voice when you speak and when you share, right? So it's all the senses to bring them into full pleasure, and it's how we call it actually orgasmic life.
Yeah,
It's everything become orgasmic because everything comes into a pleasurable vibration. You are fully into it. You are open, you are present, you are receiving, you are in your body, you are there, fully present with your sensations. So yes, sensuality is one of them.
It's super important.
It's very important.
And when we talk about feminine embodiment, sensuality is at the heart of it, because when you really drop into your sense, you can really feel everything in your body. And I just want to repeat that because what you said was really important. You talk about bringing openness with sensuality, so opening up our bodies. You talk about being present with sensuality,
yes.
so you bring more presence. So a really good way to be more present in your life is to be more sensual. So you bring grounding and you bring aliveness. Yeah? So sensuality is magic. And then a woman who is fully in her enjoyment of life through her sense, she is vibrating that energy that is magnetic and attractive.
Exactly.
And then she becomes sexy, but because she's magnetic. You know, so it's an aftermath. So as women, it's kind of learning how to be in our senses and to modulate this magnetism that can be very powerful based on also the environment where we are, maybe.
Exactly.
But yeah, sensuality is magic.
Yes. So we have emotional, sensuality. We have 8, huh?
Yeah.
8, how do we call them? Pleasure.
Essential pleasure.
Essential pleasure. Nature.
Nature, yes. You want to start with nature? I feel like you want to start with nature.
No, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
So nature is just, I want to just give a very simple example. I go to Bali regularly for the retreat. And when I last time I was going through Singapore and I was doing my transfer. And in Singapore, you know, they have amazing like trees. It's super green, luscious. And I was going through my transfer and I just looked outside and I saw all those trees and I literally felt my body blossoming like a flower. Like literally, like my breast, everything went
open.
Wow. And
reconnecting.
I was, yeah, and I went like, and I told my friend, oh my God, this was just crazy, you know, literally. And so that tells us Mother Earth, we are Mother Earth, we are nature, and the more we are connecting with nature, the more we are nurtured.
Exactly.
And you know, they did a study about people who had surgery, and they put some people in a room where they had view on nature, and people in a room where they didn't have view on nature. The recovery for people who had view on nature was twice faster.
Of course, yeah.
You know, it is absolutely amazing. And if you feel really, you know, even when you feel out of touch or unbalanced and even angry, you just lay down on the grass, belly on the earth, and you ask like the magnetic field of the earth to absorb those energies, and it's amazing.
Exactly, the magnetic field of the earth is, we call it Mother Earth. We are Mother. So when we are reconnecting to Mother Earth, we are reconnecting to her magnetic field. It's very valid for men as well, but it's even more potent for women because we are on the same like frequency of magnetizing that aspect. So the magnitude of the Earth is tuning, also realigning our brain wave and our vibration through pulsation below the sole of the feet and the root chakra. So we won't expand that information now, but reconnecting to nature as reconnecting to your mother, reconnecting to your nourishing aspect. When we are out of the nature, we feel not grounded, we feel absent, we are not present. And we will share with you after, because we were asking ourselves the questions, what do we need more to, which aspect of our life we need more pleasure? And we know in Dubai, for example, the nature has a different aspect. It's more desert than green, even though we have a lot of green.
But you know what? It's a very interesting what you said about that, because something surprised me last year. My brother visited and he couldn't wait to go in the desert. He's been dreaming to go there. And for me, the desert doesn't nourish me personally. But we went there, and when he got there, I could feel his own energy expanding.
But you know what? It's the sun. The sun is the masculine energy.
But it is important to say to people also that different type of nature bring different type of nourishment.
Exactly, so finding
it's good,
the balance.
Yes, so it's good for each person to know, when I'm in greenery, I feel that. When I'm in the sea, I feel that, you know.
In the sun, I feel this. Exactly, when I'm in the ice, I feel this as well. So, of course, it's bringing balance. So nature is one of them. What else?
So we did emotional, sensual, nature, mental. So mental pleasure is one that is quite accessible to most people. I think most people watch the news, read, have intellectual conversation with friends. Work usually stimulate us also intellectually and mentally. So I have found that a lot of time mental intellectual pleasure is quite balanced for people. Sometimes it's overdone.
Yes.
But yeah, do you want to add something about that?
No, it's fine, we can, because we have a couple of pleasure to state. So,
yes. She's like, we have a few more. Then we have creative pleasure.
Yes, this is a very good one, a very good one.
So creative pleasure is basically, you know, tapping into your creativity, but for fun. You know, it's just spending 2 hours coloring a mandala, or doing some painting, or arranging the flowers also. And actually, flower arranging is nature and creative. Cooking.
Nature and creative.
And sensual.
And yes, of course, because we are bringing the taste there.
The colors and
yes.
the taste and the scents. So cooking is a great one, by the way. So creative pleasure is just about really activating our capacity to create, but not in a stressful way, no, because we have a result to achieve. So someone will tell me, I'm a makeup artist, so I'm creative, but I will be like, no, but creative it's not work, you know, basically. So creative pleasure is a big one of it. And creative pleasure connects us with our capacity to create.
Exactly. We are tapping into our
sacral chakra
here, which is the creative, the creation, the birth. So it's very important to nourish it as well with creativity.
Next pleasure is spiritual pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah. So it goes from a range of doing meditation to go for contemplation, chanting, doing healing, doing breath work.
Yes.
And also for people who are in a more like, you know, some people will be going to church or going to the mosque, right? So it's basically activating our spiritual life.
Exactly.
So spiritual pleasures are also very important because they also connect us with something that is bigger than us and with the energy of oneness and interconnection also. I feel it's really beautiful for grounding also because we connect with things that are there and support us constantly. Angel, guides, Mother Earth, everything around us basically.
Yes, opening channels of connections, expanding your level of consciousness. So yes, that's very important. And in that sense, you are expanding furthermore how to connect with the nature, how to connect with the elements, how to connect with your intuition for the creativity as well. So of course, it's like everything comes together.
It's encompassing, it's encompassing a lot basically.
Yes.
And then we have beauty.
Yes.
It's cultivating and appreciating beauty within yourself and around you. So beauty, you know, I read a quote one time was saying, to love life is to cultivate beauty and wanting to make every day and everything more beautiful. So for me, beauty is really seeing the harmony in everything. And it's seeing the beauty, you know, in a flower blossoming, in a candle burning, in a smile.
In a person, in an animal. So it's to see the beauty in all things of nature.
Yeah.
And we are able to see that very, I would say, magnified beauty when you are seeing it within yourself, right? What you see out is what you see within. So observing the beauty at each moment in your life, when you open your eyes, when you close your eyes, it's beauty everywhere, right?
You know, there is even beauty in someone crying.
Of course.
You know, there is a melting, there is a, like, I have an image in my head. I was in a retreat in Bali, and one of the women was going through a huge emotional release. And she started, it was like a tornado coming, you know, she started breathing, and you could feel like energy, like actually the magnetic field amplifying, because emotion is also the magnetic field. And she started screaming and crying, and at that moment, Mother Nature answered, and we had like, comment on dit un coup d'éclair?
A storm?
A storm. And it went just, wow! And we were all just sitting and watching this scene, her and Mother Nature, and that moment was majestic.
Wow.
It was majestic. So life is art. There is so much beauty everywhere.
You're the co-creator of your life, right? So you are the actor and the writer, the director. So when you are going through something, the elements around, the nature around, the energy around is reflecting it and working with you. Or if you are in a resisting field, it will be creating resistance. So all in harmony, all in beauty and grace, and allowing it to merge and to receive. So same receptivities, all the feminine quality, the feminine energy.
Receptivity is a big one.
Oh, yes.
It's a big one. It is actually interesting what you said about receptivity. We'll talk about it more. But you're right, is that receptivity in a sense, the more we aware and present, the more we can receive all the magic that is coming our way, you know? So receptivity is actually a big feminine quality, and receptivity brings more pleasure.
Exactly.
So should we do the last one?
Yes, which one are we?
Sexual.
Oh yes, sexual.
So last but not the least, sexual pleasure. This is a whole area of development, but what I can say about that is that the teaching that I bring a lot to women and that I help them remember because they already know it, is that sexuality is and sexual energy is life force energy. So when we connect with our womb space, when we connect with the lower belly, the sacral chakra, we reconnect also with our sacral energy and a sacred life force. And actually it is called the sacral chakra, right?
Oh,
sacral,
yeah,
like sacred.
Yes.
So for us, there is a beautiful journey, I think, for each one of us. Despite the conditioning that we had around that energy, to go on a self-discovery journey to reclaim that energy for ourselves. What I can say about sexual pleasure is that it's first and foremost a relationship that you have with yourself, with your womb space, and with your capacity to access and multiply, magnify this energy.
Exactly. One more point as well about the sexual energy is the energy, like as you said, the life force energy, but the energy that creates life.
Creation.
So, yeah, so it's the more potent form of energy that you can use to recalibrate your body, how to use that sexual energy. It's a full initiation, practice, and relearning it, and remembering it, and going through your innate wisdom to bring that sexual energy, that sexual force inside you, and how to merge it as well when you are in full receptivity and opening to receive with the penetrating energy, the masculine energy, right? So that's also the inside. And
it is actually creation. Can we repeat that?
Yes.
Sexual energy is
the creative, what did I say? The energy to create life.
Yeah, it's creation. Sexual energy is creation energy.
Yes.
So the more we are accessing that energy, the more we are connecting to our capacity to create.
Exactly.
And if we want to just look at biology, yeah, if you look at a woman body, like the whole, sexual organs are also reproductive organs.
Exactly.
So everything is working together, and the creation is in the womb space, in the reproductive system.
And I want to add as well, it doesn't need to have sexual intercourse to use the sexual energy, right? The feminine practice, the daily feminine practice is connecting to that energy and will blend with the Kundalini energy as well. So if you are interested about it and to learn more and to get more tools and to dive into those remembering and wisdom and knowledge, we will talk about the courses at the end of the live, as we'll do a bit of meditation, and we'll speak about the upcoming courses, retreats, as well with the Dubai crowd.
The Dubai crowd.
Yes, so we'll do that. But the pleasure is the life force, and a woman is magnetized or magnetic when her heart and her womb are open, and this is proportional to her level of receptivity, right?
Yeah.
So what make can we sum up the tools?
Yeah, I think we should.
So we'll sum up the tools so you can realize what you can use in your everyday life to amplify your magnetic field, to be in your feminine magnetism, to be that magnetic woman, to co-create your life and to attract what you truly desire. So some pleasure is going back before to what do I want? What do I choose? Where do I say yes? Where do I say no?
Yeah.
What brings me pleasure? What brings me happiness? What brings me joy? What brings me love? And what am I doing every day to actually feed myself with that? So pleasure is another way, another terminology, another angle, another aspect, another entry point as well to reconnect with your true heart desires, to your true warm desires, connecting in one line, right? So pleasure is that form of life force. So now, what can we add every day, as much as we can, in terms of tools to bring that pleasure, that thrive within, so it's sparkling everywhere around you?
You know what? What you said is really interesting, because I think it is important to say that we do have a conditioning to be in pain.
Oh yes, of course. The human brain is,
we have a conditioning to be in pain. So there is a conscious effort that we need to make to be like, okay, let me find my pleasure there. It's like a new mindset. It's a paradigm shift. So, it's like you're running a bit late and you're calling the elevators and the elevator is taking forever to come. And you start being like, come on, and you say, oh, why? Come on, I'm late. And for me, it was little things like that to stop and be like, oh, maybe this is an invitation for me to slow down. Let me breathe.
Yes.
According to my breath. Because at this point, there's not much I can do, right? I just have to wait for the elevators.
Patience, yes.
So let me just make this moment pleasurable and drop into my breath. So I think it's also in a lifestyle where every day now, when you get into those spaces where you have to wait, you can tell yourself, pleasure point, and go for it, you know?
Or rush as well, pleasure point.
Yes. Pleasure point.
So the same way you can, what we said last time is you can add a reminder on your phone, a little ring like a couple of times during the day to breathe, to pleasure, like pleasure points. What, am I fully enjoying what I'm doing now? Yes, no? Okay, if no, then I will readjust it.
Yeah.
Okay, or I will also look at what makes me come to that point where it's not fully pleasurable, right? So yes, of course.
And then sensual pleasure, we talk about sensual and emotional pleasure. For me, those two, I really like to put the emphasis on those two because just first, and they're just really important tool to be in our bodies. That's number one. Number two, they're really beautiful feminine qualities. We are highly sensual and highly emotional creatures. So in terms of sensuality as women, it's just taking the time to, okay, do I smell? Even what essential oil do I like? Let me have in my handbag, if you love lavender, have lavender in your handbag maybe. And during the day, do a little bit of anointment, right? It's also good to balance your energetic field, you know, and your magnetic field, but it's also pleasurable, you know?
Exactly. So first, one of first tool is tuning to all your senses. The taste, remember your taste, connecting to the mucus, is connecting to the membrane of your vagina. It's connecting, so feel the pleasure here. Connecting to your voice as well, all right? It's connecting to your cervix area, your voice. So the birthing, what are you putting out? What are you vibrating, right? The touching, the smell, as we said, hearing, like the sound. Do you need to? What kind of music are you hearing? Are you paying attention to the voices around you as well? The sounds of the nature. So all the senses coming together and tuning with your senses.
You know what we can say? There is something really powerful about having practices. You know, when people think about, practices and ritual, they think right away about, sitting and doing a meditation. And this is important, but, there are very simple feminine practices like basically doing a breast massage. It's also really good for our health, but it's also very nurturing to have our touch on our own bodies. So what are the feminine rituals that you can put together to connect with your emotional life, to connect with your sensual life? Breast massage, listening to music in the morning, music that makes you feel so open and receptive, and just doing some head roll and shoulder rolls and feeling your body. Essential oil, what else we can do for rituals?
Yeah, you can even pour your tea in the morning. That can be a ritual.
The
with
tea,
a beautiful cup, a beautiful tea, energizing your water, feeling the tea coming into your throat and nourishing yourself and allowing the toxin of the day before being released and pushed out as well from the body. So everything can be a ritual. And woman, the feminine energy is a lot about rituals. It's not habits, it's rituals. Being in the moment, being present in what you are doing, and that's creating the magic as well. You are so your magnetic field, your magnetic heart, your magnetic womb is magnetizing your ritual, what you are eating, what you are doing, and that's creating all the energy. You are seeding those energies ready to be harvested later. So feminine energy amplifies, yes.
And then in the manifestation, the feminine spend more time being present, because that energy of being present and feeling and connecting with the pleasure increase your magnetic field. So when you go out in the world and you put some actions to manifest something, because that magnetic field is already activated, then things come to you in a more
you're a magnet
way. Yeah,
you're a magnet. You attract what you vibrate. We have been talking a lot about it wherever you on live sessions with both of us. So what you vibrate, you attract. Your auric field is a Wi-Fi. You are sending and receiving
broadcasting.
Yes, a bandwidth, like a radio. We have a lot of energy for this. So imagine you are a plant, and the plant is beautiful, it's blossoming, it's radiant, it's shining, healthy. You will say, oh, what a beautiful plant. same. If the plant lacks water, lacks nourishment, lacks love as well, is somewhere isolated, somewhere in the garden, not in contact with other plants,
she starts to be dry.
Then, yes, she will shrink it, she will become limp as well. So be that plant, radiating, nourished, and be there into the world.
Plant.
Yes, so you can also inspire with your vibration. People will get it from you, and you will be that inspiration as well. So when you are radiating, magnetized, wherever you go, you attract. You will have discount, you will have people coming to you.
I know.
You will have like a sudden desire to go here because you will be tuned to yourself, to your intuition. So, oh, let's go here, and here will be like a super encounter, a man, a woman that will just match, a sister that will just match your ideas as well. You have an idea to create something, and paf, the person will show up.
Yeah,
right?
It's amazing. It's really amazing.
Yeah. So senses, being in your body, loving yourself, nourishing yourself. What else?
Can we talk about
ritual.
like the emotions that are a little bit difficult for people, like how they can...
Yes, it's something that's exactly something that I've truly realized 2 weeks ago is how the pain is very real for most of you or most of the women and men, like how it becomes so real that it's an identification. So,
so the thing about the pain, okay, first pain is part of life.
Yes.
Let's just kind of...
Pain, pleasure,
pain,
polarity,
pleasure,
remember?
it's polarity,
Yeah.
it's part of life. So one of the conversations that we often had is how bad we're trying to avoid pain. Like, so it's very simple. I say to people, when we are kids, our parents keep warning us about pain. So the life becomes so much about avoiding the pain that it becomes also about avoiding the pleasure, because again, they come together, right? Our capacity to feel. If you want to avoid the pain, you have to numb yourself. If you numb yourself, you can feel the joy.
Yes.
So emotional pain, what can you do to start feeling this pain without it being overwhelming? Yeah?
very good point, yes.
Yeah, so there are a few things. I like to say emotions are energy in motion. It's an energy trying to move through your body.
Yeah.
When you allow the energy to flow, eventually the energy starts shifting.
Exactly.
You know? So sometimes we do something as simple as a meditation and we sit with the sadness. And we just allow her to be there. I call her the sadness, right? Because it's an energy that's trying to speak to you. So we feel the...
Feminine embodiment teacher is her for everything. The heart is she, of course. So her, yes, so her sadness.
So you feel the sadness and you just like, you sit with it. And you know what happened most of the time? We start cuddling with her, we start talking to her, some tears come, some anger come, and then eventually she starts speaking. You know, you haven't released this person, you haven't expressed your creative side, you've been called to go to Bali, I want to go to experience the energy of Bali, your soul is calling for that. So it's energy in motion, is your soul speaking to you through your body.
Exactly.
Yeah? And so you receive the emotion and then the
message.
energy moves.
Yes.
It's so beautiful. So there are many ways and we're all different. So it can be through dancing, writing, journaling, speaking to a friend, contemplating, sitting in nature and contemplating the nature around you. Some are a little bit more dramatic. Maybe you feel like rolling on the floor and being like loud, whatever rocks your boat. But when you really dance with that emotion, then an alchemy happens.
Exactly.
A transformation happens.
Yes.
You know? So I love to do that in my workshop. I'm sure you do it also in your work.
Connecting to the emotion.
And it becomes pleasurable.
Yes.
Because
as it shifts, the polarity shifts as well. So that's what we feel or think is sadness. Will give messages, will give information. So if I feel sad, why do I feel sad? What is my heart or where is the sadness located? What is my womb? What does she need? What does she want? What is she asking me to do? And then information will come. You will receive your messages, you will receive your action time, right?
Yeah.
Or your introspection time. And then you can put that into action. So it's like listening is being present. So pleasure is the way for the body to feel alive, to feel present, to feel open,
and to connect.
To feel, yes, and to feel the sensations, right? So it's a way to dance so feminine energy is dancing. We are in the flow. We are in the movement. We are dancing. So it's dancing with those emotions, with those entities. Because energies, emotions are energies. Energies are entities. So you are dancing with those energies and shifting them.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a beautiful way to bring a work with these emotions. Right. Perfect. We can talk for hours.
I know.
Right? Do we have questions so far? If you are watching, you can leave questions, either it's now or later on the replay. We will answer you, of course. I think we have like beautiful comments.
Really?
Many blessings, beautiful goddesses. Many blessings to you, Sonia, for receiving. You are also our goddess. We had...
My sister is here.
Ooh.
Hi, Raiva.
Hello. An honor to have you there as well, watching. YogiGeorge, love, so nice to see you, magnetic and magical woman.
YogiGeorge,
yes. And we have
Joanna is
Joanna
here.
as well, with all the sparkles.
Hi, Joanna.
From France. If you would like to connect with Jo, she's in charge. Beautiful. So yes, you can leave your questions here. We will reply whenever it's there on the live. We have moved a lot of energies.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, maybe it's time now to center a little bit and to bring
the
in
meditation.
Yes, so that we can tune to whatever we have shared. You can tune in.
We were going to recap the 8 pleasure. We didn't do it.
Yeah, so if you want to write them. So the 8 pleasure, you have
Emotional.
emotional, spiritual, mental, nature, creativity, intelligence,
sexual and beauty. So it would be interesting for each person to see out of the 8 pleasure which one you need maybe more in your life. Yeah.
Exactly. How you can nourish yourself further.
More.
Bring the pleasure inside, the excitement. Right. Are we ready to dive in a little bit?
Yes.
So we can integrate and anchor what we have said and where it resonates as well the most. And Silfath, you have the lead. And please bring us to your magical field. Okay,
so we are just going to dive into a short meditation to really drop into our body through our senses and through our emotions and receive the messages and the awareness of the day and the healing of the day. So just make sure you get comfortable, sit somewhere really comfortably, make sure that your spine is as straight as possible. And you can bring one hand to your heart or one hand to your belly, lower belly and womb space for women, or you can just relax your hands on your thighs and your laps, whatever is very comfortable for you. So just let's close our eyes and connect with our breath. Taking a deep breath in. Feeling your chest expanding and your heart and your belly expanding. And exhaling, feel your shoulders softening up. Inhaling, expanding your heart space. Exhaling, feel your shoulders softening up, your eyes, your jawline, your lips. Softening up. Inhaling in your heart and your belly. Exhaling. Shoulders melting, hips reaching deeper into the surface where you are resting. And start noticing the sensations landing in your body. Maybe the air is caressing your skin. Maybe you can feel some smells around you. Maybe someone is cooking. Maybe a perfume. Notice the fabrics on your skin. And maybe you can hear the birds singing in the garden. And as you're receiving all those sensations, Notice how your body responds to them, how they land, where they land. Maybe you feel the wind bringing a smile to your lips. The birds singing to your heart, softening up your heart space. Now you're going to dive a little bit deeper into this awareness in your body, noticing the sensation within your body. Your breath moving into your belly and your heart and your spine. And tune into your heart space. Tuning into your rich emotional life. What are the emotions in your heart right now? Dropping into this beautiful magnetic field and asking your heart, how are you today? Whatever emotion coming to the surface, listening to the emotion, sitting with that emotion, welcoming, embracing, and listening. It's like sitting with an old friend, having a cup of tea, and catching up. How is life? What do you need? How can you work together and blossom together? And then ask your heart, how can I increase my pleasure? How can I increase my capacity to receive, to open, to feel, to enjoy? What would you like to experience and to feel? Explore. And as you drop deeper into your heart, you can feel the magnetic field around you increasing and settling. And take a deep breath in. Exhale. Give gratitude to your heart for this connection, awareness, and conversation. And drop into your belly, into your womb for women, the center of your feminine wisdom, the capacity to create, to be fully alive, to have an orgasmic relationship with yourself and the universe. Breathe into your womb space. How does she feel? Does the energy in your womb feel spacious and open and soft? Or does she feel more contracted or cluttered? And how does she feel? Joyful, hopeful, excited, curious, sad, angry, ready, listening, connecting with your deep feminine wisdom. Dropping into this infinite space, source energy. Allowing the emotions to unravel. And maybe you feel like moving a bit. Maybe you feel like undulating, moving your hips. And ask your womb, how can you increase our capacity to feel pleasure, to be anchored, to be grounded, to be fully alive, manifesting all of who we are? How can I serve you? How can I serve me? And take a deep breath in. Exhale, dropping deeper, receiving the messages and the wisdom. And take a deep breath in. Exhale. Give gratitude to your womb space for this connection and conversation. And we're going to finish with bringing one hand to your heart, one hand to your womb. Taking a deep breath in, pulling the energy from your womb into your heart space. Allowing the creation in your womb to be magnified by your heart. And exhale from your heart into your womb space, bringing love into your womb from your heart. Inhaling, bringing your life force into your heart space for expansion. Exhaling from your heart to your womb, bringing love into your womb space. And take a deep breath in and exhale. And this is the end of our meditation, dropping into sensations and emotions to increase our connection, our pleasure, and our magnetic field. And when you're ready, open your eyes and slowly come back.
And as you do so, I want you to feel your expansion and to repeat into your own mind or out loud. I am an irresistible magnetic current, and I drawn to me my own. I am flooded with love and all the love and pleasure that was planned for me from the beginning. And I connect. I'm connecting now to the highest vibration and light available to me. So I harvest those energies now. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. It was beautiful. And you can repeat this meditation as much as you want. The video will remain online anyway, so you can do it till you feel it, experience it, and add your own tools and your own ways, okay, to experience your magnetic fields. And this can be a connection that you can do every day. And we are almost ending the live, but first we will talk about your upcoming retreat.
Ah, yes.
For all the women connecting, I cut you, sorry. All the women connecting to this work, this desire to feel your magnetic, to be your woman, magnetic woman, to be in the feminine magnetism. There are many ways to do it, but the best is to be with women.
I know.
Alone, it's nice. Bathing with feminine energy, with your sister, so sister is with woman. Then this is giving an expansive field of magnets.
Together we magnify energy.
Yes. So, upcoming retreats, there.
Me? Oh, well, so on Sunday evening, I'm doing with my sister, me too,
Yes.
a 5-element full moon journey. So it's going to be 5-element dancing, 5-element ceremony, and also sound healing with me too. She's
beautiful sound healer.
So there's that coming on Sunday, and then on Monday I'm flying to Bali. I have a goddess retreat in Bali starting April 8th. This is the 8th one.
8th one in Bali?
Yeah, 8th, a magical woman retreat.
Yes,
yeah,
beautiful number.
Yeah, it's a beautiful number. Infinite number. So this is happening, and then end of June I have a retreat in Africa.
Yes.
In Kenya. I'm doing, this is my 3rd retreat in Kenya actually. Mama Africa brings another type of energy that is wild, primal, and definitely feminine and sacred.
Exactly.
So
a lot of mystery schools
in Africa.
In Africa,
yeah.
A lot to remember there. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
So that's end of June.
Yes.
And yeah.
If you wish to contact Silfath, we will upgrade the information on the link above the video, so you can have a look on the side of the video wherever you are watching it. And on the feminine work as well. On the platform we have from next week on the 7th feminine alchemy practice with YogiGeorge. So it's series, 3 workshops, 3 series of 3 hours, and you will dive into your innate wisdom and blossoming your radiance from your womb with ancient technique practice, jade egg as well. So you have guides available for you wherever it resonates. You just go there, do not wait, feel there the yes, right? The retreat in Bali are amazing. Mama Bali is a beautiful teacher as well, and she will just grab you, nourish you, and take you where you need to go. So trust your intuitions, trust your feeling, be in the moment, be with your emotions, and go where it resonates, right?
Where you feel the call.
Exactly, where you feel the call. Retreats are very important for women. Bathing into feminine energy, as I said, this is where we remember and we work together. And that will be also maybe next topic, the red tent, the heart of villages in ancient time. That was the red tent and the women gathering together for their self-nourishment and for building the heart of the villages. Yes, that's another topic. Anyway, thank you very much, sisters, for joining today.
Thank you for having
Silfath,
me.
for this beautiful time. We can, like, 1 hour almost. We
Really?
said half an hour, so it was 1 hour. But you know, that's also a quality, feminine quality to express, to talk, to share.
To be very
So
present.
Exactly, so we are like fully embodying it. So thank you for following us and to actually stay till the end. Congratulations to you, sister.
Yay.
Please spread the video if you have friends who would like to look at it. Connect with Silfath. She's there in Dubai for a couple of days on the link above the video, and around the world as well for the retreat. So thank you very much for all your love, for all your support, for co-creating that space together, and for rising the feminine energy in Dubai all together, so we can achieve our beautiful heaven wherever we reach and we go.
Yeah, amen, sister.
Oh yes.
Thank you.
Love to you, beautiful sisters.
Bye.